This scout rifle flies so far under the radar, it may as well be a submarine. A real dark horse that gets tragically slept on in my opinion, but it has a perk combination that isn't common on these lightweight frames, and I want to highlight it today now that this weapon is back in the loot pool this season with an updated origin trait, elevating it and bringing it up to modern standards. It's the Vouchsafe, and it might be better for you if you considered it the reincarnated patron of lost causes. Let's get into it. First and foremost, let me highlight that I've got my Vouchsafe comfortably settled into my Briarbinds build. So you'll see me tossing lots of Void Souls out there and then going and grabbing them and redeploying them constantly. And that gameplay loop is actually like absurdly good, especially on these maps with clear lines and fewer weird shapes and structures. This combo led me to several 40+ kill games and opened up avenues for Devour streaks, which are kind of rare these days since Bungie like inexplicably nerfed the crap out of the Devour timer for like no good reason. So hopefully you enjoy that gameplay in the background. If you're not familiar with the Briarbinds, they are exotic gauntlets for the Warlock that came out last season and makes it so that your Void Soul does extra damage, like ramps up, so it ticks for like 1 extra damage per tick. In addition to that, you can actually run out and pick it up so that you can just constantly be redeploying it, assuming you win your duels and you can go chase it down and grab it before it times out. Alright, let's talk about the Vouchsafe. This lightweight Dreaming City scout preceded the Patron of Lost Causes originally, but back then no one cared about scouts when Forsaken dropped, so it kind of got overlooked. But it's the same archetype as the Patron, has the exact same 33 base range, the exact same base 32 stability, and the same base 63 handling. So they're basically twins, and everyone went crazy over the Patron of Lost Causes when it came out. Everyone loved it. But the Vouchsafe actually has more aim assist and a faster reload speed. But the Patron had a perk combination that really shines on these faster firing archetypes. It's rapid hit and explosive payload. And Bungie decided to give that same combination to the Vouchsafe as well. So rapid hit gives you rapidly increasing buffs to stability and reload speed as you're firing. So 2 bullets deep into your volley, you'll be sitting on an additional 12 stability, and it's only going to go up from there, which is a huge buff. I mean, that's more than an adept stability mod. Also, the more stability you have, the more flinch resistance you'll have. And that's kind of where I want to focus for a second. Let's talk about flinch. As you're dishing out shots, your ability to fire through flinch is getting better because of rapid hit. But then on the flip side, you have explosive payload, which causes the enemy to receive 2 separate impacts from 1 bullet. An initial hit followed immediately by a small localized explosion that impacts them again, and that second impact is immune to damage drop-off at range too. So that means that while you're getting more resistant to flinch, your enemy is actually taking twice as much flinch. So they're getting double flinch, you're taking reduced flinch. And meanwhile, you're getting less recoil too. So all of those things basically stack with one another to ultimately create an environment where you have the advantage in a duel. Your opponent is going to have to be immaculate with their shots in order to shoot through that flinch. So then take into account the origin trait, which is going to make it so that during your duels, you're going to be getting big buffs to your weapon handling speeds, like ready and stow speeds, as well as mobility buffs to increase your strafe speeds mid-duel. So are you starting to piece this together now? This whole role is all about enhancing your dueling potential, and I think that the gameplay makes that evident. But I wanted to take it a step further, because sometimes elevating your game can be really simple. Sometimes all you need to do is just introduce 1 new variable into the mix. So for me, that was the enhanced Child of the Old Gods. I thought, hey, maybe if I give them another thing to worry about mid-duel, that will even further help me get an edge. So not only are they getting rattled by explosive rounds that are causing additional flinch, but they're also going to be taking ticks of damage from the Old God's Void Soul. And that's going to rattle them even further. And a lot of times you'll see me deploy the Void Soul and then dip back into cover, wait for it to go travel across the map, and then I'll pop back out as soon as I hear that audio cue that lets me know that the Void Soul has reached its destination. That way I'm synchronizing my attacks with the Void Soul. Also, the Void Soul can make it so that I can miss an additional headshot in the volley and still get the 4-tap kill for a sub 1 second TTK. And there you have it. That's my Vouchsafe, and why I believe this weapon is so much better than people are giving it credit for. I mean, the optics as well, super clean. It handles very well. I also like to hip fire it in close quarters because I know that the explosive payload rounds are going to add to the difficulty for the other guy of both tracking and firing up close against me. But I do think it's worth your time to keep an eye out for one of these Vouchsafe scouts with this role. That combination puts in some serious work, and I don't think that you'll regret having one. So let me know in the comments if you've used this role already and what you thought of it. Did you have as much success with it as I did? Thanks as always for watching the video. Please feel free to leave a like on it if you enjoyed it and subscribe for additional Destiny 2 content. Also, feel free to check out my whiskey channel too. It's like my hobby channel, and it's just about to get fully partnered on YouTube, which is really cool. Hey, be warm and well fed, my friends, and I do hope to catch you in the Crucible.
Strength in numbers, Guardian. Together as one. Minutes remain. The strong start. Fight on. This is amazing. 2 for 1. Strength in numbers, Guardian.